Well, investment bankers are back in business in a big way, thanks to a surge in merger and acquisition activity in the first half of the year. Nearly $80 billion in M&A work has been announced in Australasia for the year to date, almost as much as was recorded for the whole of 2013. Now, bidding wars are emerging on a number of fronts, like Warrnambool Cheese, Aquila Resources and, most recently, David Jones. Neil Woolridge reports.
Low interest rates, an economy in transition and a more stable political climate. The pieces are moving into place to make 2014 another bumper year for merger and acquisition activity.
A lot of businesses are cashed up. They haven't done things for the last 3 or 4 years, and because of that, they've got a war chest of monies and they've got to spend it in somehow to actually get that growth that the shareholders are after. I think the debt market has freed up a little bit.
And that's drawing more players into the game and bringing life back to the M&A market after 2 lacklustre years. Local takeover activity peaked in 2011 with more than $200 billion worth of deals, but slumped to just over half that level for the next 2 years. However, more than $77 billion in transactions have been announced so far in 2014, putting the industry on track for another near-record result.
There's an ageing business population. Business owners are looking for ways to get out. Previously, where you've been able to get good organic growth, right, that's kind of gone out the door.
When revenue growth is slow, the best way to grow is to go out and buy something. So the balance sheets have been very strong. Most companies strengthened balance sheets following the GFC. Everyone's out looking for growth, and acquisition seems to be the flavour of the day at the moment.
Another feature of the takeover scene in Australia has been the breakout of bidding wars. Late last year, Warrnambool Cheese and Butter was chased by 3 suitors over 4 months. More recently, Mineral Resources tried to spoil Bausteel's bid for Aquila Resources. And now Solomon Lew has emerged with a 10% stake in David Jones, frustrating Woolworths South Africa's bid to take over the department store chain.
Most times the first bid's not the last, so it enables advisors to position their clients following the first bid. If there's an obvious other suitor that could come in, or a blocking stake actually transpires, then the chances of a second and higher bid coming are pretty strong.
And no one knows the value of a blocking stake better than Solomon Lew. For 17 years he's held a minority interest in Country Road, which is again majority owned by Woolworths. The South Africans are now offering to buy Solomon Lew's Country Road shares for close to a $200 million profit, provided the David Jones takeover also proceeds.
I think blocking stakes are almost the means to an end, so they don't tend to be the end of the game, so to speak. They tend to be the start, and so as long as you're patient and play the process through, often there's value to be had for people that play the game.
Very rarely transactions will happen overnight. They will take time. They've got to be talked about. They've got to be dealt with. You've got to work out your term sheet. You've got to get yourself to a non-binding offer.
As Solomon Lew is proving, patience is perhaps the most important virtue in reaching the end game.